Hey there. I just wanted to share a thought that really came just a moment ago in a meeting. I was sitting in a meeting, one of my last, as I count this down, here at the school where I work. I don't work in this greenhouse all the time. and the word just kind of floated, emerged into my brain was inertia. And it was related to the fact of the way I'm getting rid of the stuff in my life. I'm just in case a student walks past there, so I don't show up on camera. Let's go back here and create this background here. And I'm getting rid of this stuff. The guy with the van came and took a lot of stuff away. I've been taking lots of stuff to the dump. I've been consolidating and just removing all of the clutter and the things that I've acquired. A lot of stuff that is actually not junk, that is actually worthwhile things that I'm getting rid of in order to fit through the eye of the needle, so to speak, and to get across the ocean with my one suitcase. And a lot of weight in that term, fitting through the eye of the needle. It's not what sorry about that, the camera stopped. And here we go. I'm rambling a little bit. Sorry, this is a stream of conscious video. I just want to capture this thought, which is more of a feeling, which is the reason I'm having a hard time getting it out. I was sitting in the meeting, and I was cataloging in my mind, what else do I have to get rid of? Because I only have a few more weekends to get rid of things. And I was thinking, the stuff that I possess now is really down. I could fit it all in the back seat of a Volkswagen. All of the stuff that I possess. Outside of the furniture and stuff that my wife, I'm leaving back here, the home that we have here, our car and stuff, that doesn't count. My wife will dispose of all of that. She's going to come across the ocean with a suitcase, so is Emily. We'll have our photographs and memories in our 6 boxes, but I kind of separate those. Those are the essentials. Can't get rid of those. But get back to this inertia thing. Yeah, it reminds me of when I used to ride street bikes, which I'm hoping to do again. And I used to go on day trips and long excursions. When I went on a day trip on my old GS, I would just bring the gear down to just a few items, strap them on the back of the bike, and the bike was nimble and agile. It would hug the road, and it would the bike like that. That bike was always nimble and agile, but especially so unencumbered with all those things. It didn't have a lot of inertia. Inertia, of course, being the tendency of a body to remain at rest or to remain in motion once in motion. And the bike was able to adjust its course and attitude so easily. Now, when I burdened the thing down with a long, 2-week excursion gear, with the tent and the backpack, the tent and the sleeping bag and all the gear and food and 6-pack of beer and everything back there on the bike, it was a lot harder to. It would still do well, but it was definitely more reluctant to change attitude or direction. And I'm feeling the same sensation now, as every weekend I'm casting off more, and my movements. Sure, this is mostly just up here, of course, but in fact it is also really here too, because there is the fact that the stuff that I had in storage for the last 5 years, it's no longer on my mind. It's gone. I don't think about it, even though I didn't consciously think about it much. It was always a background process running, always being concerned and wondering about it, and worried about the consequences and what would happen next week and next month and thereafter, and how I would eventually get rid of it. Those thoughts are gone. Maybe that's it. Kind of leaves opening, or it creates a vacuum, a space where new thoughts can fill, and a new sense of, or if you don't use it for those thoughts, at least a sense of freedom, that your thoughts can ramble there, or at least they don't have to ramble in those confined spots. Ooh, I think that might be part of it. I don't mean to flatter myself, but it's these thoughts it's like toys, and you find a certain way to play with it a little bit. Ooh, that's fun. That's what it's more like. But maybe that's it. Maybe it's less a freedom, as much less that it opens a space for new thoughts, as I'm no longer required to go down that avenue anymore. That again comes back to the idea of the inertia, that be once in motion, staying in motion, hard to diverge from that. But now that I'm shrugging off the stuff, it's all going away. I'm getting down to something a little smaller, a little less encumbered. And it can kind of float and move and bend as my thoughts go. I'm enjoying this greatly. I had it once as a youth. I had it as a boy. I had it in college. I had it when I was living in that potato chip truck. The problem was, back then, I fully recognize what this freedom meant, and it wasn't until I'd lost it and am now regaining it that I really feel it. And now I hope I don't lose the sense, and I hope I don't want to give it up again. I will, again, of course, have a house, and I will have, or a home, that's a better word. I may never own a home, I don't own a house, but we'll have a home, and my wife and daughter will outfit it very nicely with some minor input from me. But in terms of the accumulations for the sake of occupation, occupying time and accumulating things to give those moments of pleasure, those fleeting, bursts of pleasure, which then linger, which then become clutter. Don't want that anymore. I'd rather have the freedom. That's right. Now it's time for me to get to work. Take care. I got 3 lessons this morning, and then after that, I'll be seeing my buddy Mully at the Bronx Cheer this evening. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.